So we'll go into the first part, into a little more detail, and this is whether we use import or data query. And when that is happen, so let me just go here, and when I open my Power BI desktop, I want to get my data, and I run on SQL Server. So I run local host. Oh, it's just there, you see. It's import or direct query. Before I do anything, it's already on the first screen. And so this is important, and we will now have a look what and how. Now, of course, it would be best to not to rely on a system that has some data limitation, which this one import definitely has. So I was calculating, for example, that by the rule of thumb, if your database is 10 or 25 GB, 20 GB, you can still work without source redesigning, without grouping the transactional table and putting away some information like document ID and grouping it on a monthly basis or something. So you can work with a 1 tera database, no problem, but not just bringing in all transactions, but some grouping has to be done. Definitely some data warehouse grouping. And we would like to use import as much as possible, but because of this limitation, okay, we will be focusing also ourselves on direct query. So we would like to work on direct query, but as soon as we are in the direct query, there are limitations, which means not all data sources are available. On import, I mean, you can go to SQL Server, Analysis Services, Excel, I mean, name it, have it, like 30, 50 different sources. All is working, it's fine. While here, maybe 4 or 5, like SQL Server, Database Engine, definitely. That is where our mostly Microsoft Dynamics on-premise data are. Number of data sources. We are used to, import as many of different data sources, not just one type, many types and many data sources. Here only one. That's it. Nothing else. And then when we are doing the modeling, okay, we have these DEX and we have this M, or it's working. The same things are not working here, has some limitations. And so let me see and show you what the limitations are, just to let you know it's all here. So this is the web page. If, by the way, any of you would like to get a PowerPoint or Excel or any of the structures that we're presenting today, you just send us the email. We'll manage this individually. Now, so limitation of direct queries, all tables must come from single database. Not happy. Query editor is overly complex and error may occur. Not good. And relationship is limited to single directions. What does it mean? You cannot use many-to-many relation that you can use when building a data model in bidirectional data table connection. So if you are, I wouldn't say at the edge of modeling, but if you are doing more demanding things, yeah, you need bidirectional. And some limitations are expressed when you are working with DEX. You can overcome, but obviously, if you feel it already, limitations. But let me tell you the good story. In the past, it was even worse. You cannot add a column, you cannot add calculated measures and many other things. So this is improving every day, which is good. And definitely the best way is to try to start in direct query. And if you don't need additional source or additional data source type, then you are fine. If something happens, you can move from direct query easily to import, but there is no way to go from import to direct query. You have to redesign it. And most of the solution that we or anyone in the world has been doing the last 6 months, I guess, have been in this import mode, and now we are switching to direct query, and hopefully direct query will offer us more and more. Okay, so we have to know and think about this part here. Now, after we import data, we we manage the source. We'll have a look how to work with the tables. We'll do some example. And what is interesting here is just I give you a tip. The things that when we write the database name, for example, is case sensitive. So let's say the right name is BI4Navla JAT50, and you put this caps lock. It will report an error and it will say user was not authorized. It is the same message even if the database is not there. So, a pain. But okay, we live with this. After once we learn this.